We're back, guys. All right, so what's next on the docket, sir?
All right, a guy here that pretty much deserves this whole sentence.
All right, so on the other side,
nobody's contesting this.
On the not so falsely accused side, what happened?
There's the lighter stories. No, I'm not going to. Okay, Tory Lanez, his new mugshot just came out today. He will be serving his 10-year sentence. I think he has a lot of time already in there, though.
Is this the guy that Yosemite Sam that lady?
Yes, he did. Megan the Stallion, and that's a huge bitch. The reason why she's called Megan the Stallion is because it's an Amazonian.
Okay.
She's like 6'5", like 190.
Right.
Big girl.
Right.
Huge ass, giant titties, the big old lips. She's first of all, she was at the height of her career when this did happen. She just did Wet Ass Pussy WAP with Cardi B. It was like,
that's Sweet the Nation.
Everywhere. It was everywhere.
That disgusting ass song.
Imagine that. Imagine
dude,
how,
our culture's so...
Dude, remember the Beatles used to have people running up and like have that beautiful music all about love and peace and all that, and now Wet Ass Pussy seems to be the only thing that people could like really understand.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. I read books like no one else does that anymore, by the way. I know I'm weird. I actually read physical books.
Yeah.
But if you go back and read books, like you'll hear like they'll talk about like intellectual revolutions in like philosophy. If you hear a lot of philosophy, like in like Greece or in London or the UK or things, or in France, for instance, and there was like all these coffee shops where people would show up and just talk about deep ideas and like metaphysics. Like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like ontology and like all kinds of psychology and like where do we come from and what's the nature of God.
And these were kids.
No, this is just regular society. Exactly. The Commonwealth would have these brilliant exchanges of ideas, and they led to all kinds of inventions and new age thinking and like ways of being, and all kinds of insights on people, and like all kinds of shit, medical breakthroughs and all this stuff. And this is what society used to be, and we've devolved into wet ass pussy. That's what we're all talking about now. No one can even speak English really anymore.
Well, dude, Idiocracy kind of like highlighted all this. Like it's weird how accurate it is. Like remember he was talking, and he's talking normal, and he was like such an average guy, even like for like in the heyday, and he's like, you sound like a fag, you talk like a fag. Well, it's funny because it's like you go back and you look at those coffee shops that these intellectual revolutions were being fought and stuff like that. And you know what, man? Honestly, the smartest guy was sitting in the center of a bunch of people, and he was talking, and people were bringing in, and I swear
they were
to God,
just having like intelligent discourse all the time.
There was envy from men, and there was women that wanted him because his brain, because he knew things, and he was the way he handled stuff, and the way he, now it's like. Dude, they're listening to Wet Ass Pussy and some dude with his shirt off with muscles and stuff like that.
We've talked about this before. Think about this. There was a time where the greatest minds of society, like Friedrich Nietzsche and Carl Jung and Fyodor Dostoevsky, or whatever, and all this stuff. And they were trying to deal with issues again, like where do we come from? What is the nature of God? What is the universe? Is there life on blah blah blah? And having all these deep philosophical, intellectual questions. That's what our scientists and our genius brains. That's what they were doing then. Now we have our smartest talent and our most brilliant people on earth talking about what is a man or a woman.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what we're wasting our high IQ people on now. That's what they're spending their time trying to prove or disprove at this point. What a shame. How much further could we be as a species and intellectually, and how many more advancements could we have if we weren't wasting all of our genius talent on stupid issues like this fake confusion that never existed up until recently? What a shame.
And by the way, those doctors are very necessary. Like the ones that can form a penis or something like that. You got guys in the military. This is a big military secret. Okay. Those IUDs or whatever, like those bombs and shit like that, there is a big percentage of guys that are coming home from Afghanistan or Africa, where they were, and a lot of them step on these mines, and the ones that are sent home on the brig and stuff like that, and they're hurt and stuff like that, their penis, you got that soft tissue down there, so they're getting wiped out like crazy. Those doctors would be very useful for that. Instead, what do they use them for? To slap burrito dicks on 19-year-old girls.
It's disgusting.
It's fucking insane.
We're out of our minds. This has gone so far off the rails.
Absolutely. So it's like, okay, you learned how to do this amazing thing, and just to back your little political bullshit.
We're having national arguments as full-grown men and women about what is a man and what is a woman. What gender are you? Shit that you learn when you're a child. That we should be well far past. Things that we've understood for thousands of years. Obviously.
Basic human biology.
Dude, this makes me so angry. Man. And see, this is why I'm going to get persecuted, and they're going to Me Too the shit out of me or whatever. They're going to say I did something.
Let me ask you a question, and we've talked about the pendulum before. swings back the other way.
It's
You
swinging.
think it's coming back?
It's gonna
you know
swing.
What I mean?
It's gonna swing.
Yeah.
It always.
It's gonna be cool to be smart again, and
Dude,
the
exactly.
meek will rule the earth and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Let's take it.
100%.
Come
it's gonna
on.
happen. It's already starting to happen.